In the 9 weeks of this war, calls for a ceasefire have never been louder, but Israel says it will not budge.
אנחנו ממשיכים עד הסוף. אין בכלל שאלה כזאת. ואני אומר את זה גם נוכח הכאב הגדול, אבל גם מול הלחצים הבינלאומיים. שום דבר לא יעצור אותנו.
Images like this only adding to that pressure. The White House today walking back comments from US President Joe Biden after he said Israel was losing international support due to its, quote, indiscriminate bombing.
Our support for Israel is not diminished, but we have had concerns, and we have expressed those concerns about the prosecution of this military campaign.
I think what the president was referring to as that large-scale bombing campaigns, even when carried out with the best of intentions and even when carried out against legitimate military targets, can lead to the unfortunate loss of civilian lives.
But the survivors of this bombing in Khan Yunis say there was nothing legitimate about it. A residential block flattened and 7 people killed.
تعرف يعني أنت شايف الحرب كلها تدمير بيوت تدمير مساكن على الساكنين فيش عندنا مقاومين ما بعرفش هذا هدف حربهم الحرب تبعتهم يعني تدمير البيوت وقتل الناس.
The leader of Hamas, considered a terrorist organisation by some countries, today said he was open to talks on ending the war, but said any plan for a Gaza without Hamas was a delusion. The UN says 1.9 million Palestinians have now been displaced, nearly 85% of Gaza's population. Another 180 aid trucks have entered the Strip, but the UN says most of it is no longer making it past here, the border city of Rafah, due to the intense fighting. Crammed into shelters by the thousand, the displaced are now facing flash flooding as winter rains set in.
غرقنا وعبرت المي بقلب الخيمة جوا ومش عارفة وين نحط الأولاد وفيش أصلا تحتنا إشي. المي كلها عبرت بقلب الخيمة وصرنا نعين في المي ورفت الأولاد في الحرمات وجيت على الجبل عشان أقول لهم.
Israel says yesterday was its deadliest in Gaza since the war began, with 10 soldiers killed. An IDF commander among them, buried in Jerusalem. Tensions have soared in the city since October 7. Palestinians say Israel has ramped up its demolition of homes in East Jerusalem, alleging they were built without proper permits. And now US media is reporting the Biden administration is trying to delay the sale of 20,000 rifles to Israel after a rise in attacks by Israeli settlers on Palestinians in the West Bank. In the city of Jenin, a 2-day IDF raid has now ended. The official Palestinian news agency says 7 people were killed, including a 13-year-old. The IDF says it seized weapons and explosives in the operation.
فاتوا الجيش بالليل وطبشوا وخلعوا الابواب ووقفوا نصبوا قناصات وبلشوا يطخوا من كلب الدار.
More than 275 Palestinians have now been reported dead in the West Bank since the war began. Claudia Farhat, SBS World News.